I'm gonna rearrange the bots a sec. So right, let me just make sure I've got no feedback going on here. Okay, how's the stream? Any feedback going or what? Hopefully we get to start. So today, guys, I want to do a speed build. So because the sun is out in my hometown of Caerphilly, I want to build like the back of it, a fancy Greek villa, and I've always wanted to do this. It was something that I wanted to do back in March last year when I did Mykonos. I was going to do a little party pad, but I'm not sure I really want to waste time on the inside. I think it's a little blurry, but good. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. As long as you can hear me clearly, that's fine. Thank you so much. Great. Okay. So yeah, I'm imagining sort of white, what do they call it now? White plaster, sort of molded plaster with a pool and some sun lounges, just the back of a house and overlooking a little beach and the sea. Now, the beach won't be explorable, I don't think. I may put a lower level in, I'm not sure. I just want something simple, something I can do in about sort of an hour or two, I guess. I may have to do some custom audio for it just to put some nice ambient noise. The colour palettes are going to be really, really important to capture sort of like southern Aegean Greek islands, bright sunny day. The colour of the water, the colour of the sand. Yeah, okay. This may not look good, but let's see what we can do, huh? Okay, we start. I feel like I should be actually outside enjoying the sun, but no, we have work to do. Right, okay, here we go, into big mode. Oh, can you see me there? Probably not. Whoa, hey there. Okay, okay, let's just go a little bit. There we go, how's that? Oh, perfect, okay. This shall be the canvas. So we grab block 1. This is exciting. Now I really need some curved edges. I kind of don't want this to be as blocky as I usually do. I do want some complex meshes in there, and hopefully I can afford them, right? Because if we're working with a smaller environment, I guess. What I'm going to do, and this is something that a lot of creators commonly do, they tend to pass these round and they call them asset packs, right? And when I first joined the platform, I had some really good creators that very kindly gift me these, and I know people like Smirk keep absolute inventories of these, so if you're ever after an asset pack, someone like Evil Smirk would gladly hand it out. But what I love doing when going to be working with meshes rather than boxes is I'll pull out a mesh pack or two, and then you'll see what will happen now. Give it a sec, it might crash. Okay, so you can kind of see here, this is an example of a mesh pack. We have quite a lot of basically meshes that have all been stripped out of things that can be found in the asset store. So it's not entirely like you have to have these asset packs. If you explore the asset store, you can very often find a lot of things that you can sort of pull apart and ungroup to certain levels, and you can get some like really interesting shapes. Like, these are things you just can't do as sort of primitive meshes. Like it's a sort of it's a cut off cone almost, right? It's a cone with its head cut off, and that's a nice shape. That's very useful. Yeah, to build with you one day. Maybe. I mean, I'm a bit of a lone builder, but we'll see. I You speak to sort of Jenny or any of the guys that I've sort of worked with in the past. I don't ever really, like, I'll help Jenny sometimes by doing a bit of scripting, but I largely leave the building bit to her. I find when you work on your own, you have complete creative control of what you're doing. And when you work with other people, sometimes, you know, they've got different ideas and you can end up falling out over it. So I prefer to sort of help people verbally, or just pop in for a little bit of scripting help if they need it. But I think autonomy is, for me, or collaboration starts with conversation, and that's a very healthy thing to have, because then when people work on something, they own it all. It's, you know, it's their work. There can be no contest, because I've seen people have fights in the past where, you know, people claim they've done more or less than they actually have done, and it's it just gets silly. Just say, if you don't leave yourself open to those things, oh, look at that, that's a cut-off pyramid, that's a nice shape, so that's really cool. What is this? Some sort of so really I was after some smoother shapes. I'm just seeing if there's anything in here right now that because what's kind of cool about working with the asset packs is obviously we're limited to 3,000 objects, right? 3,000 objects. And to create something like this, as you can see that, to create something like that, let's drop that there a bit. You got a good angle on that. So it could be done with a ramp and 2 cubes quite easily. However, this is one shape versus the 3 shapes you'd need to create that from scratch. Plus, on top of that, when you put shapes together or perimeters together, you end up with sort of nasty lines down the side because it doesn't really join them properly in all cases. So one shape, one mesh. But the other caveat of meshes is that meshes do tend to, they use a lot more geometric capacity because you think you can tell by looking at them how many triangles they use. But some of the more complex ones, especially the curved ones, use a lot more triangles, and that's where your geo complexity tends to go right down the pan. And you'll find you'll still have lots of object capacity, but your geometric has just gone sky high as a result. So I prefer to work with sort of just basic primitives. I'll use meshes where I can, because these meshes, there's no consistency. Some of them are quite well optimized, and some of them are really not. And you end up just not knowing when you put an object there. It doesn't tell you how many triangles it uses, like what the geo cost of that will be, which is a problem because some are relatively simple and some are, just unknowingly complex for absolutely no reason. If we ever get to the day where we can import our own meshes, of course, we'll be able to control exactly how complex they are, which would be great for fine-tuning and making nice worlds that run at high frame rates, that load quickly, that don't put battery strain on headsets. So when you're building worlds, you should never aim to max them out, really. I mean, even sort of glitching is like, if you have to, I guess, but don't aim to do it. Especially if you're just doing a sort of a simple build. Right. Well, that's silly. Capacity is about to all change anyway, isn't it? 6 gigabyte memory limit is color. Yeah. So I really actually have kind of lost my thread here. I don't know what shapes I need. I'm just grabbing a few and then I'll just put the rest out. So I think my air link is starting to crap up as well a bit. So I'm going to pull up different mesh pack now. Okay. I see these mesh packs. You can, even though you can find most of them in the asset store, some of them are from discontinued assets which don't exist in the asset store anymore. That's it. There are some new assets coming out all the time, and they tend to have newer components. But I love these sort of reusable bits because you can use them for a lot of things. That you could probably make quite a nice column out of this if you stretch it. It's quite an interesting shape. You can paint it and then intersect it with other objects to give it some more detail. So with that done, I'm going to just pull out the this isn't going to be a 32 player instance now. This is going to be right. Another thing I've collected here, rock poly meshes. So these, like, for example, you'll find them in loads of things. The video park asset in the asset store, if you pull it out, that's actually got I think pretty much the top or middle row of rocks. And they're very versatile. I use these all the time. So you can sort of stretch them and resize them, and you can sort of copy them and make nice sort of natural sort of arrangements. Just remember to vary the size and the angles, and you can make the same shape look different 3 different times. Hey, Neckface, how you doing? Can you see that actually? Let's just move this over here. There you go. So you can see that's the foundation of sort of making a nice sort of natural, I don't know what you call it, embankment, some sort of arrangement of stones. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to move these out of the way because I don't really need them. And then what I'm going to do is pull out a different asset pack. So let's have a little look. Lots of meshes. Okay, so this sounds big. It's going to be big. Stand back. Oh, it's going to crash it. It's going to crash it. Good, thank you, Neckface. Yeah, really good. I'm just doing a sort of a mess around. I'm trying to create the sort of the trying to create a sort of a back garden of like a really nice summer villa in sort of Greece, you know, thinking sort of white plaster architecture, small pool, some deck chairs, just somewhere nice to hang around. Not a big world, overlooking a sort of a sea, I guess. I don't know if this is going to look any good. It's been a while since I've tried something like this, but it's all about the color palettes. And trying to find enough interesting shapes, because it might turn out to be a high geo complexity map. If I can find the right shapes. Oh, what is this? No, that's the front of a car. I don't want that. Here, so this is a much bigger asset pack, as you can see right here. So, what I need to do is just, you kind of look through it like a little flea market, right? You're grabbing the shapes that are interesting. If I just sort of show you without, well, actually, I'll ungroup this because this was grouped when it was given to me. And I think I might have to ungroup it one more time. Yeah, one more time. Okay. And then there's all kinds of interesting shapes in here. And again, these are things that you can find in the asset store, usually. Some items have been discontinued, as I mentioned before, but look at that. That's a nice sort of, I think that's an ice cream top. Again, quite a high geometric complexity on that one. You can see because there's quite a lot of stuff going on there. But, you know, hey, if you wanted those fancy bits in your map for some reason, you could sort of combine it with, what could we do here? So this looks like a cake. But I could take this thing, which also looks quite, try and when you look at these objects, try and work out how complicated they are, just by looking at how many grooves and angles and sort of sides and lines they've got in them. And that'll give you a really good guide as to what the geo is going to be looking like. It's not definitive, but, you know, just, got ourselves what I think was going to be a column with an ice cream whip on it, but actually that, to the wrong mind, that might look quite rude. I'm just going to take that apart. Just in case any safety inspectors come in. They do like to come into Billboard and check what we're doing. Don't want to start rumours, but it does happen. Great. So, I need some... what's this? I've got in my mind a sort of a do you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to do something which I know I do. I know RetroLou does. I know Tom Jupiter does as well. It's such a great idea. Get yourself over to Microsoft's Copilot or Bing Image Designer, whatever it's called now, or ChatGPT's DALL-E 3, and then use a sort of a prompt. So type in fact, I'm going to do it now, and I'll talk you through. I can't show you, unfortunately, because I haven't got screen share set up, but I'm going to type in, let's just go over to ChatGPT. If you've got a ChatGPT subscription, then you've got this. If you've got a Copilot subscription, then you've definitely got this. It is available on the free Copilot. I'm not sure how many credits you get, but it'll be more than enough to do this. So I'm going to just type in here a Greek villa back garden. I do want to do another build, actually, which is like an agora, which I really fancy doing yesterday, but I just I finished work and I just couldn't bring my head around to doing it. But yeah, so a Greek villa back garden, that will probably be coming soon. I've meant to do that one for a while as well. Since the White Lotus, actually, was a thing. Oh my God, my hands are being tracked in here, dudes. I'm not holding controllers. That's weird. You can see my hands moving. No way. Can't do diddly squat with him though. But that's so cool. Oh my God, I'm so easily distracted. Wow. Oh my God. That's so weird. I'm loving it. This is the freakiest thing. Hands don't seem to close, but it's tracking the positions of the palms. Kind of the angles, but at the wrong angle as well. That's weird. Hey, would you know hand tracking coming to Horizons? Could that be the big reveal? Could that be one of the big reveals? I mean, we know it's coming, right? That's so cool. I'm literally not holding my controllers right now. Oh my God. Why is that I'm not enabled in game? So weird. Anyway, we'll come back to that. If you just open up the chat so I can see. Okay. Cool. Oh, hey, Papa Nat, how you doing over on YouTube? So I'm still getting used to them in a position. So a Greek villa back garden, white, is it cement? What do we call it? What is it? White, yeah, white cement, I guess. And powder blue pools, light wood, sun lounges, overlooking beach and sea. Let's just try that for now. And then that's the great thing about when we're using these sort of generative image algorithms on GPT or Bing, is that we can type in a prompt just to get an idea, and then we can say, hey, add in a big boat in the background or something, and then it'll just do that. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Oh wow, that is inspired. I don't know if I can build that, but that is incredible. Wow. And if let me just take a moment. I've just seen a rendering. It's an AI rendering of something that's absolutely incredible. I'm just gonna say, like, hey, GPT, give me some more variations on this. That needs to be more open air. Like, and then I'm gonna name one of the Greek islands. So I'm gonna say like Mykonos style architecture. Yeah, go. Okay. We'll see that. I might not be what I'm after, but I'm loving the sun lounges and that. They look really cool. Okay. That's so cool. Bam. Come on. Oh, then that is nice. Oh, sorry, that's absolutely stunning. That's so stunning. And that's making me rethink the outdoorsness of it. Okay, I'm gonna start. There's this technique called grey boxing. Okay, and we use this in building. And grey boxing is the most important part of any build. It's the very first thing you do. The very first sort of actuation you do, at least. I'm just going to leave these up here. So with grey boxing, what we have to do, it's all about proportion and general scale. I'm just going to whip up these. Oh, I need to get rid of these assets, actually, because there's a lot of them. Yeah, we'll come back to this. So, sorry about this. It's going to absolutely crash the world while I do this. I will come back to my asset selection once I know more what I'm doing, but I wish I could show you this picture. I wish I could show you this picture. I really do. So good. I'm gonna just pull that out a sec. Great. Times. Just gonna rearrange some windows a sec. Perfect. Okay. God, still deleting that asset pack. It's amazing. There's a lot in it. These asset packs are very heavy. They're not designed to be pulled out and left in, you will put it that way. I've just seen one I wanted to keep. Actually, did I not delete that? Yeah, I'm keeping that. This one, I've used this before for the Thailand map. I just put that there. Don't know if you can see that. And that was a really nice sort of beach-like formation that worked. Not gonna lie, it wasn't great for collision detection. I had to basically do all the collisions over it. Extra boxes to allow people to sink through it. People did appear to be levitating on top of it when it was stretched to a certain scale. But that's it. Hi, Lou. How you doing? I'm doing a Greek villa. I see really basic. We'll see. So I've sort of done a bit of a vision of it on GPT. I quite like the first image it churned out. I've just got to do another one. I much prefer that. So I'm hoping this is going to take maybe an hour or two. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to try and blaze through it at full speed. But hello. And for anyone else watching the chat, we've got Retro Lou watching as well. He is one of my favorite builders on the entire platform. He's so good. He's now working over in Banter. And I'm really looking forward to see some of the stuff he's doing over there, and myself getting back to building in Banter. So, okay, first of all, we greybox. Now, I'm just going to move you back a little bit, okay? So, if I'm going to watch I don't walk you off the edge, because that would be a terrible idea. There's no respawn trigger. Good, we should be okay. So, now I've got to try and use the reference image to build. Here we go. I'm going to just pull out an environment box as well, because cyanide, it takes me an awful lot of time to get in the headset for building. But once I do, I'm generally pretty fast. Okay. So, looking at that image. Okay, so I need a basic mesh here. So why is greyboxing important? Greyboxing is important because you put down the basic shapes to get the right dimensions and layout, and just make sure if I come down here, I can see that this is basically the sort of width I was imagining. And then we pull this over here. Okay, we don't worry so much about colours at this point, although that's pretty much the second thing we do. We come back just to establish colour palettes to make sure skyboxes and the ground sort of matches up. But we don't worry about detail just yet. So I've got some sort of wooden slats that I need to go in here, but I'm not going to worry about them just yet. So I really like the picture shows quite a flat pool, but to be honest, curves are a nightmare with collision detection. I would always say, avoid curves. Or if you do curves, use invisible blocks just to sort of add them. But I'm going to quickly have a look in the asset store just to see what pools they've got in here already, because that might save me a little bit of work if I can get some of this one object. Maybe. Let's try that. Oh, geez, what is this? Let's have a quick look inside here. Oh. Hey, that's all right. I think most people have used this pool asset before. First of all, I'm just going to check it's suitable for what I want it for. So this is a pool model here. You can see in there. Now, what we do is we ungroup this, okay? So boop, and we just boop. Okay, there we go. So it's all out. And if I just take the lid off that pool now. Oh no, I'm taking the inner bit. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's fine. And the steps, to be honest, I don't throw away the steps. I don't want the steps. And as for this nonsense, I don't really want this. Actually, the ladder could be interesting. Might keep the ladder. Oh. No, I say it. Yeah, I might keep the ladder. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, and I keep the ladder. That could be a kind of a cool concept. Do I keep the top bit? Oh no, I'm unconvinced. I'm going to remove that. Oh. Okay. And then if I can chop this down to about here. Now, I'm going to try and stretch this and hope it doesn't malform it too much. Here. Okay, I'm going to watch. I don't... Oh. Hey, that's cool. Okay, so we just extend this way, then to here. And then I'm going to now try and pull this bad boy down here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just put some observation platforms in a sec so you can see what I'm doing. Not that way, it's going to shapes in here. So if I just, yeah. Okay, pull that down. Now what I'm after is to pick up both of you there so you can have a look at what I'm doing from a higher edge. So if I just move you over here, so you can kind of see what I'm doing here now, yeah? Okay. So we're going to lift. Nope, wrong one. Okay, so. Okay, let me just pull that over here. And I okay, and now you just need to pull this out enough to sort of cover the edges of the pool. I hope it doesn't distort it too much. Pull that in, hope that's not. Yeah, that's okay. We go away with that. Okay. Oh no, too much. Bring that down here and more on the lip just there, and then that should allow me to bring that just there. Wonderful. Okay, super. Seems to have done that, so I can just extend this down here over to here, and we're using snapping to do this sorts of layout. Right, okay, so how now the reason why I put you guys up there on that big platform is because I'm going to use the environment box to get rid of the grey grid at this point because we don't need it. Dome, show grid off. Great. Okay. So now we can actually see the pool, and I'm going to come down here and just check that it's a tight design. Seems good. Yeah, seems good. I can see a little bit of a gap, but that's fixable. So let's just make sure we are on. Oh, was that too much? Oh no, that's okay actually. So then I just come down again. Look at that. Amazing. So that's wonderful. So the next thing I do, that pool, and then just put in some water, okay, just to test out the depth, just to be able to see the placement of the water. So it's a good thing. Now I'm going to do the classic, let's color this with a really nice unlit, playful. I probably will use transparent text for this, maybe. I really like the opaque sort of water styles because they can be textured. I really, really like that. I'm a big fan of it. So just need to jump back to bold discovery. Actually, I need to use the manual color slider because I've got in mind the color that I want. Let's it's that. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to make sure that this box is not collidable, okay? Sure. Reflect light and cast shadow? No, I'd say no to that. Doesn't seem like something I want at all. Did I also make sure this was... Yeah, it's unlit, that's fine. So if I just pull this down, another thing that I want to do, which I want to set the texture scaling to large. That just seems like a good thing to do. So turn snapping back on so it's level, and then whoop, oh, Now I'm going to lock this pool just to make sure I don't accidentally move it, because this as a unit is kind of cool. All right. Wonderful. There we go. So if I now just pull this way, and I pull this that way, and I pull this away. Oh, cool. All right, I'll do. And I pull this away. Okay, and if I just stand in here, what happens? So I'm currently standing up to my waist here, which is kind of cool. But to be honest, I don't think any point in the pool. Oh, that's amazing. I think I want to make it so that in the deepest parts of the pool, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of adjustment, all right? So what I'm going to do is come in here, and I'm going to resize this pool, if I may. So I need to unlock the pool now, and then I'm going to just redimension this just a little bit. Okay, that was just a smidge, all right? So when I come in, I test it again. When I start, feels a bit more right. Oh, good, look at that. Oh, it's amazing. Fit. Cool. So I kind of wish that this bit was a little bit. Nah, it's fine. So if I come back to here then, yeah, just redimension that just a little bit more again. I don't always say redimension. It's oh dear, that's cool. Oh, that's nice. Seems a little bit. Oh, that's actually all right, isn't it? That works. How am I looking from up there? Good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hey Jenny, how you doing? Okay, I'm going to bring the blocks a little bit closer just so you guys can see. See what I see. And then I'm going to just take this pool. So this is very simple a Greek villa style build, okay? I just really fancy it because those of you that know me know I absolutely love Greece. I'm a big fan. Right. I'm going to make this non-collidable because it's just got no business being collidable. And just pull that in there. There. And let's have a little look how this looks. How does this look? Is this about the right depth? Whoa, the hair. Seems right. Hi, how you doing, Jenny? So we're trying to make a speed build of a Greek villa just because I've always wanted to make one. I'm not too keen on doing the insides, but I've tried pumping it through like a chat GPT or Bing image designer just with a prompt, like show me a classical modern Mykonos villa. It's sort of pool area overlooking the sea and some islands, and it's come up with the most gorgeous image, and I like kind of want to replicate it. So what I'm going to do is come up with a nice colour now, which is going to be quite a white colour, actually. What was the off-white, maybe slightly? I don't know. But if I set it to, I think plastic might be overdoing it. We'll try it. We'll try it. I could just adjust the shine on that. Oop. Oh dear, we need to just change the texture on that. So I think like that. That's the concrete texture's going to work. Oh, that's quite vivid. Sat there, we've got the texture amounts. If I just play with that a little, wax that straight up, is not having any effect whatsoever. It's not. Oh god. So, okay. Is that too dark? How does that? Oh no, that's actually all right. That's looking okay. How do you make a pool like that? Like what that guy did a comment on the other day. So this pool, underneath it, if I just lift this up a little, you'll see. So that, oh, wrong one. Actually, that was probably the right thing. If you can see that is actually in the asset store. So what I did was I took the pool at the asset store, which comes with a nice sort of rim as well, and the ladder, and I just deleted anything else. But these bits I'm using. But that reminds me, I do need to paint this. So that pool is now textured. So I need to now put that back and try to get it at the same level. I didn't think of that before. Oh, come on. Now that's the great thing about Greek architecture. They tend to stick to very sort of light white colours. It's very plaster looking, which is a good thing, because that makes thinking about colouring a lot easier. I need to unlock this texture a sec so I can. Right, great, okay. So let's have a jump in and see what we're at now. I may come back to redo this water instead of being opaque. I love this powder blue opaque. I absolutely love it. But I gotta be honest, right? What we can do, and this is a trick that everyone uses, I think, by now, but we get text. This is how we do transparency. And again, big fan of this. I think the first person I saw doing something like this was actually Kate Austin. Not the transparency itself, but doing the layering of it. Well, that's interesting. My menu is seized up. Let's just come out of here, go back into build mode. Oh, well, let's gonna cut things short a bit. Here, we just move over here and just check it's not. No, I'm gonna have to exit build mode and come back a sec. I will be just a moment. My menu is not letting me do anything, which is interesting. So. Okay, I'm back. So let's resume. So do I have my build menu back now? Yes, I do. Great. Okay, I can actually see what I'm doing. At some point, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair my headset up so you can see the actual input from my headset while I'm doing this, which could be quite exciting. I look like a sea monster. Hooray! Great. So. But yeah, it'd be great because while I'm doing sort of scripting stuff, you can actually see what I'm doing in the script window, whereas right now you can't see what I'm doing in the menus, which is a bit, yeah, meh. Cool. Right, what the hell was I doing? I've completely forgotten. Thing. Sorry, songs just come on. You guys can't hear that, of course. Don't want to be done for broadcasting copyright material, like. Okay, enough. That actually looks weird. Yeah, sorry, gizmos. Transparent water. Okay, perfect. So what we do with the text then is to get transparency, right? So even though I love opaque water, I've gone full circle on this because when you stand in it, it sort of rests just underneath your chin and it feels kind of amazing like you've got this blue underneath you, but we're going to try doing this a different way today. We're going to do this the way I used to do water and the way that a lot of the best builders do it. So what we do is we get a text object, okay? And in fact, I can probably show you a little bit of this. Yes, okay, we can. We just get rid of that. So you can see the text value just there. It's going to be quite cool. So you can see here, we've got the value, I've got G in it at the moment. So what we do is we say mark, and mark is like a highlight, okay? And what we'll do for now is you put in a hex code. Now, these hex codes you can look up on like hexadecimal tables. If you're into your web design or you go off to web design resource sites and you just say, get me powder blue, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just type that into Google and say powder blue hexadecimal, okay? And that part is B6D0E2, okay? Hard to remember. So I've got a reference next to me. So, and I have to do, this is really important, I have to do the hash, a B, 6, then D, and then if it's, I think that's a 0E2, 0E2. Yeah, okay. So if I now just close this, now the hidden source here is that is a mark tag which highlights behind text. So if I show you what that's going to do, if I put a letter A in there, you'll see what will happen now. So, oh, maybe not actually. I've messed something up. Let me just try something else. Tab. What's that doing there? Not. Oh God, that is actually, that has done it, but that powder blue is very, very light. If I just come down a bit, you can see that's that little white blocks there. I call it white. Pinch of salt. That is that's a powder blue block, so that is too bright. And I'm thinking maybe I need to go for a cornflower blue. Now, the one thing to bear in mind with these texts, is it still frozen? Oh, okay. So it's still frozen. It doesn't see the individual keys that I type as I'm doing it, unfortunately. So, but what I really want is a cornflower blue, I guess. That's a slightly darker blue. But doing text as colors, there's one issue with that. They are unlit, so they won't change if you make the scene darker. That's one thing to bear in mind if you shine a light on them. So B6495ED. 649 what? B495. B49. I'm just simply typing into Google cornflower blue in hexadecimal, and it's coming back with this stuff. So B495. Jesus, my mind is just gone. I swear. B495, and I think it was ED. Yeah, ED. So if I type that in there, cool. So that's apparently cornflower blue, which I'm not convinced that, to be honest. That looks really odd. That's B49 5ED. Yeah, okay. Seems a bit odd. Okay, never mind. Let's try. So the way this works is these this code that you see, this B495ED, is actually hexadecimal. It's groupings of 3, so it's actually a red, green, blue code. So if I just sort of space that out a little bit, that's red. And it makes sense if you can sort of just read hexadecimal, right? If you read hexadecimal, that would make sense. So B4 is quite a high value for red. 95 is a sort of it's mid to high, and ED is a very high value for green. So what I'm going to try doing is I'm reducing that. I don't know why that's not crazy. So let's say types of blue in hexadecimal. Okay, so bright blue 0096 FF. 0096 FF. So it's all about knowing the kinds of colors you're going for. And oh, now we're talking. Look at that. Look at that. That is sexy. Okay, but that's not the end of it, unfortunately, because what I haven't talked about is the alpha code. So where I've mentioned that the 3 groupings R, G, and B. So 00 is R for red, 96 is G for green, and FF is B for blue. So FF is the maximum value, right? That's blue all the way up. 96 mid to high, and 00 means no red whatsoever. Okay. Now the last bit we can add on the end. I'm going to add in 2 more digits, and they are going to be 00. And you'll see them appear now. Now that's your alpha. Can you see it's disappeared? So 00 means no alpha. That's transparency. When we talk about alpha, we mean transparency. So they refer to it as RGBA, red, green, blue, alpha. So if I set that to the maximum possible hexadecimal value for alpha, so change it from 00 to FF, bada bing, he's back. Hooray! But if I go for sort of a mid-range value, or I'm going to go for something a little bit sort of, with hex, you've got to be quite gentle. So let's say sort of 2-2 maybe, and see what happens. So that's there gone transparent, right? It's gone see-through. So if I take an object from somewhere, yeah, let's take a shape. So that's the secret sauce behind using transparency. But like I said, it's unlit, so it won't respond to light. If I just go in here and I'm going to change that now to a higher value. So I'm going to set that to maybe an AA, which is sort of, again, mid to high range. And you can see that's very much blue now. And it's very much transparent. You can see the block behind it of the white block. So it just demonstrates that it is indeed transparent. And then this is the other trick that I saw sort of, I sort of learned indirectly from just exploring Kate Austin's worlds, and I've told her it's an amazing trick, and I've seen it replicated a lot since. If I now just grab this out, so I'm going to grab the water. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Let me just work you back a sec. So you can see we've now got an empty pool. And what we're going to do, and this is the bit where it gets a little bit fierce. We grab this blue block, okay? We have to just line it up. And then we pull that out a little that way. Okay, and this way. And that way, okay? And then what we do is we just lower it in, okay? Go down to about that level. So if I jump in, you can see, is that about, yeah, it seems very right, doesn't it? So there you go, that's transparent water. Now we don't stop there. When I talked about the layering effect, that is a good one to see. So to do that, we simply select that. And then first of all, I'm just going to lock some things because trying to undo this can be an absolute pig if I mess it up. So I'm confident at the placement of the pool. So by grabbing this, watch what happens when I layer transparency. I've got to zoom in quite far on this one for it to work well. And I've got to watch. I just use the duplicate tool and drag. Oh, hang on. I've really screwed that up. Hang on. Try that one more time. So use fine tuning. Maybe turn off snapping for this. I just use the y-axis. And once I've got one placed, that seems like not enough. Let me try that one more time. Sorry. This is quite fiddly because you snapping off. You want those precise movements. And then we okay, I'm going to just keep that button held down and move across to the side so I can see exactly where I'm placing that. Okay. Wow, that's hairline. So we just keep going down and down like about 4 repetitions on that level of transparency. If I jump in, now I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. Yeah, that's, oh, Jesus. So that's, I probably need to lessen the alpha. So I'm just going to undo. Okay, and I think that's where I started. So if I just pull this up, so I'm going to bring that transparency down to something like 4:4, not AA. So that brings it down to more transparent, okay? And that means the layering is going to be, I can have a few more layers. I'm going to go super crazy with this. I've had maps where I have put a lot of layering in, and it does kind of cause visual glitching sometimes. Oh, just treat with care. This one, yeah, and just remember if you have a nighttime switch. Oh, Jesus, I keep messing this up. You should have a nighttime switch. The pool will appear to glow at night as well if you've got it on quite a bright color. That's okay. You can always programmatically change that via scripting. It's not the end of the world. God damn, this is hard work. Okay, that's it. So you can see it's now. We're not losing the transparency quite so much. You can still see, I think, through it. There's a little bit of a fade off. So if I just bring you in a sec, how do I get off here? Okay, so if we jump in, you can still see. Now I'm not a great fan of this. You get this nice sort of fade off. where you get the sort of gradient as your arm goes underneath the water. No, it's kind of cool, I guess. Oh, hi, Jenny. Hi, Dice. And hi, Madam. How are you doing? But I'm still not a fan of this. I definitely do prefer the, I do prefer these days using these sorts of opaque blocks. I'm bringing these in, like, oh, sorry, be careful not to squish the bot. Actually, I'm not going to. It's, Maybe I can combine the two, huh? Oh my god, am I onto something here? That's kind of cool. Could I... Right, okay, you're on. Could I combine the opaque block, which I like, with the sort of transparency fade off? I bet I could. Let's just turn snapping back on a sec. And bring that down to sheer. Oof, hang on, I haven't lined it up well at all. Well... it's not even the right orientation. Okay, and down. Okay. This is gonna be tricky, isn't it? We get this. Okay, like so. Like so. And like so. Okay. Now, do we still get the fade off? Let's find out. Not really. Not really. I've cut it too. But okay, what I need to do is just pull that down just a little bit. So there's about, I need to come in very, very close to see what I'm doing here. Get the little bit of trade off just there. I guess just spot where it ends. I think. Oh, jeez, it keeps skipping. That's really frustrating. Come on, what the hell? Huh? Yeah, again, some really weird visual glitch here. That's so strange. Okay, I'm just going to drop that there a second. Oh, try that one more time. It's like I had it, and then it just decided to jump around all over the place. Right on. Okay, I think that's probably... It does mean we can't see the bottom of the pool, I guess, but I quite like the way it sort of fades off. No, this is a world I'm building, Jenny. This is actually trying to create a Greek villa, but unfortunately, after giving you a massive lecture on grey boxing, I then sort of span off and thought, oh, this would be a really good pool tutorial. So, hey, there we go. These things got to be taken care of. I just kind of wanted a concept what happened if I used the two ideas with a slight fade off, and keeping the opaqueness in it. If I go under it, what happens? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so if I just jump the bot back up to the side now, we're going to carry on building this out. I need to bring up my reference diagram again. So just jump out here. Now, hi Chip, how you doing, matey? Chip Nicholson, legendary comedian in the room. Okay. Now, I'm going to quickly make a sun lounger here, I think, because why not? Let's do it. So I'm just spin this round. That's coming up here, huh? Great. Okay, so I need to make sure I've just painted this a sec, because I don't recall I've textured that. Yeah, it's okay. Actually, this now needs to be a sort of a really nice light wood texture, I think. I'm just trying to look at the proportions and use on this. What is it, wood or is it plastic? Let's have a good old look at that. It looks like it's wood. Okay, I'll try it. So we go slightly yellowy, but high end of that. And we just paint it. Now, we need something perhaps plasticky. Something a little plain. So, whoosh, go. Now, this needs to go quite small here. And running with that. It's going to be non-collidable, I think. I may do these on a raised area. I'm not sure. So, if I just trying to get the proportions right, so again, we're grey boxing a sun lounger. If I just come in here, that seems about right for the base, to be honest, and about right for the width. It's not right for the height though, so if I just bring that up a little. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for stopping by. It says it'll all be available on YouTube and Twitch. After I'm finished. Okay, let's bring that down. Shame. Remember. Oh, damn. Okay. God, it's warm in here suddenly, isn't it? Nice. Okay, how are we looking for time? Oh, 7 minutes. Oh, what the something thumbnail? Nailed it, Noah. That's an interesting name. To hit. Nailed it, Noah. What the hell was the thumbnail? The thumbnail? What would you like the thumbnail to be? I guess you care on the YouTube, huh? Okay, so we're basically making yes, we're making a Greek villa, Noah. I think enjoy. Or don't. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, grand. So now I'm gonna have a quick look in the asset store for anything that's like a cushion at the moment. Oh no! Thank you, 100th subscriber. Thank you so much. I'm very new to this, so I'm not particularly good at the moment. I'm trying to be entertaining, but I don't know if I'm managing that. But thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm just hoping someone somewhere out there might find this useful, or at least entertaining, or not. Oops, okay. Oh, good. Right. Oh my God. You have assets in you called jail bed. What? I'm looking for something that might be suitable as a sun lounger, sort of base. So that's why I'm looking at beds at the moment. Oh man, this is gonna be. I hope this is gonna be good when I finish. I gotta be honest, I haven't really got a clear plan. Let's get out the jail bed and see how it looks. Oh, actually, do you know what? If I pull that apart, oh, can you even see this? Nah, let's pull you in closer. Sorry, my bad. So that's the jail bed. It's probably not the best bed I should be using, but if we color it up right, it might. Oh, no. Come on, ungroup that. So if I'll put this over here because I don't know if I need it yet. That's kind of cool. I may use that. So you basically pull apart assets and see if there's anything good that we can actually use. So if I just pull this here and pull this over here, let me just go back to the picture of it because we've got a reference. Oh wow, oh geez. Okay. So if I pull that in that way, and then I pull this away, I'm going to spin it around just as variance. Okay, not too much, but just a little. And then we just pull that away now. Oh my God, this is an amazing song. I wish I could play this for you, but I can't. Twitch would literally kill me. Okay, so that's in the right ballpark. So if I just get rid of that piece and pull this away, yeah, I think that's okay. stretch this a little this way. We're making good progress here. So I now need an inner strut, or whatever the hell they call them. Then we just pop this in here. We'll just line this up here. Oh. Okay, and then up. Doesn't have to be too exact, just enough to... So we don't need to be too mechanically minded here. That should do, I guess. And then one piece just over the top. Just to connect the dots, eh? And you can. Wonderful. Let's, cool. So this is Horizon Worlds now. This is on the VR. It's in VR. Hence why you can see my hands moving around. So this is a game produced by Meta. It's very popular because it allows people of all ages and skill levels to basically build their own worlds, games, hangouts. And it's pretty good. It's still very much in development. But what they've done so far is incredible. And what people are actually doing on this platform is equally incredible. I'm so excited for the future of it. Is that hanging together okay? Sort of. It's not mechanically sound at all. Let me just flatten these pillows just a little bit. Oh, great, here's that. Then there you go. We can take one of these nice things as well, and I can just sort of downsize that a little bit and put that in here. And really, I don't want any of this to be collidable, I don't think. We'll put colliders in afterwards because these are quite rich meshes, and with those kinds of meshes comes quite a lot of collision detection. So we disable that. So we'll come in with blocks after tonight. I may put these in a raised platform or put little sinkable areas so when players walk into them, they sink down in them and they appear to be a lot lower. And just block off the underneath as well is always a good idea. We'll come back to that again. We'll see what shape this takes. But that's okay. In my head, it seems a little wide, but maybe we might just squidge it up a little bit. Okay. So what we do here is we just take the whole thing, and then we're going to squidge it. Okay, I think that's probably about right. It doesn't have to be too skinny. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. There we go. We have ourselves a sun lounger made with a few meshes just to keep it hanging together. Hi, Steffi. How you doing? And Nathan as well, who popped in very briefly. So now we've done that, we've got our own little sort of... Do we put these on as well? I don't know. Let's see. We'll come back to that. I may or may not use this. So now what we need to do, that we've done this, we just group it all together so that we've got ourselves a nice replicable sun lounger. So all that made from 3 copies of the prison bed of all things. Just don't tell anyone. I've just kind of admitted this on stream, of course. Oh, sorry, jumping to conclusions will be forgive me. Yeah, absolutely, mate. No, don't worry. Nothing offends me. You carry on. Even if you want to say something offensive, you go nuts. If there's things I don't mind. So we've got 3 lounges. I'm just going to check I haven't... Yeah, that's looking okay. I'm just sort of looking at the source material. It's sort of... I am actually just going to change one detail. So if I ungroup this, I've noticed on the source material, this pillow is kind of flatter and a little wider. So I can sort of just put this here. Lovely. We just boop, 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 boop. Okay, I think that's good. So if I just group that again, and then we can just and then we use the array tool to just copy it again. And we've got 3 nice sun lounges right next to each other. Now, just to add a little bit of variance, I'm going to pull one out a little, because again, in the source image, it's not mandatory, but two of the sun languages are pulled out a bit. In reality, things are never precisely in line with each other, so good to have a little bit of spread. I say, well, we'll come back. We may make syncable errors. You know, I'm tempted with the syncable areas now before I go too much further. It's one of these things, if you don't do syncable areas early on, you end up coming back and having to rip it out. So I'm going to pull this block this way, and I'm going to pull it a copy of it this way, just so it lines up again. Okay, and here's how you do syncable areas, all right? So we control where that lines up to about here. So that's good. And then we just copy again down to here. And then we pull this back to here. And then, sorry, my bad. I just, turn off fine tuning. And then we just take one block back to about here. And yeah, the problem with syncable areas, if you build too much before you do them, you end up having quite a lot of work to come back to, which is not the best idea. You have to rip a lot of hard work apart. So if you get this bit right, that should be okay, because these are about the same distance. So perfect. And then the last thing I need to do is bring one of these blocks in. So these are all going to be actually transparent, right? So put another block in just under here, put it all the way up to here. So the ethos of doing these sort of syncable areas is quite simply that I'll just test the heights a sec. So is that looking good, guys? And I know you can see my legs under it. We have to think of ways around that, unfortunately. We just test the height, like how far am I coming out of the sun lounger? Horizons definitely has some plans to put in sort of player posing. I've seen players fall over and lie on the floor on the mobile client, and I've also seen them sitting. That's a big secret. Apparently that's coming soon, maybe. There's definitely player posing going on the mobile apps anyway. Yeah. But for now, unfortunately, what we have to do is we have to do these syncable areas. Oh, am I building for a competition? No competitions. I never do competitions. I actively avoid competitions like the plague. I build for enjoyment, not for competition. So I'm just gonna pull this back a sec. So if I just come here, spine down there, and let's just make it so I can see it there. So I think I need to be a little bit higher up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up that syncable sort of floor just a little bit, like about that far. And then we're going to see how that looks. So if you're ever working on your own on things like this, you can pull out your in-game camera, which is very useful. I'll just bring this over. So the in-game camera allows you to sort of see yourself and take photos, but you can use it to sort of gauge like how am I sitting on this? How does this look? And I can see that's about for a sun lounger where I want to be, I think. Yeah, that's about where I want to be, and I'm just going to check through all of them. Yeah, that seems to sort of work. I may have to put in back buffers just to make sure I don't sink too far back on that one, but this one's about right, just because they're all at different levels. So okay, I think that's about right. I can always adjust that later because it's just one piece on the floor there. Here's the real trick with these. So what I'm going to do is take the top bits, which you can see up here. I just multi-select them, and then we simply set them to not visible. So they appear to disappear. Now they're still collidable, right? So if I walk across here, you'll see I'll fall. So they're basically invisible, but they're collidable. So the next thing I do now is I take my other reference piece, which I had earlier, and I pull this all the way back here. So I just make sure I've got snapping turned on. So that is now directly in there. So it all looks like it's one floor, right? But if I move into a sun lounger, Hang on, I gotta make sure I get it right. Ah, I screwed something up. So what I didn't do, sorry, my bad. I have to try and pull this apart. 1, 2. You tricky bugger. Okay. What I need to do now is set that piece that I just brought back to be not collidable but visible. There you go. I always forget to do that. Sorry, it's a little fiddly when you're not used to it, but there you go. You can see I now actually sink into the areas. Now, as for my legs sticking at the bottom, yes, it's not the best, is it? So there are strategies for dealing with that. And the typical answer is you just take a block and put it underneath it. You can get quite artsy with that. So, for example, I could put sides on the base. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Kind of ruins the aesthetic, to be honest. But we'll just practice with a simple block and see. You could do all sorts of things, like you could stack some towels under it, right? It's just something to hide the feet in the area where the feet would be. So you don't have to do the whole thing. If I pull that back to about here, and then pull that up. Oh. And then I'm just going to make sure that set's non-collidable, okay? Otherwise, yeah, I'd be standing on top of it. And if I just move into here, so you can see I appear to be having a nice sit down. Now, unfortunately, again, like I said, in Horizon Worlds, part of the problem is you can't pose players at the moment. That is not a feature that's currently available. I don't know if it's coming. I hope so. But yeah, that's... That'll do for now, I think. So, yeah, I see the other side, the other idea is that you can just simply come up with some playful idea to just hide the legs, to be honest. Jam a beach ball under there or something. Yeah. So I'll just make sure this is roughly at the same point in all of them. Just sinkable areas, guys. Sinkable areas. In fact, I kept those towels, didn't I? It's quite a lot of mesh to be doing that. Yeah. You could almost do it with like spare cushions as well, but no, it's an idea will come, I'm sure. Maybe I'll put something a bit better under there than just a block. But for now, a block is what you're getting. I suppose the other alternative is if you design it, you could do it almost like a rattan sun lounger. In that it's kind of like solid sides, and that would stop your legs be visible underneath it. Okay. But for now, whatever. We got to move on. So come back. Good song. Another good song. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. There. I just think I want to make this pool a bit deeper now. How's it looking? So again, I'm just going to bring you down with me. In time, we'll make this pool possibly move a little bit as well. I may get rid of the opaque layer, but at the moment, I'm a bit of a fan of this this fade off. If I just bring you in closer, you can kind of see this very gradual fade off. It's quite nice. Just a nice effect while still keeping a little bit of texture through the transparency. Whoa. Happy with it. Okay, cool. So back to reference diagram. So now there's a danger here. I might have overstepped with a pool idea because I've just seen what the reference diagram's doing. It's got steps running up the side. He's thinking. Yeah. After all that, let's get rid of this. It's probably a mistake, but whatever. I'll live with it. kill that off. No. Okay. Oh, damn. Sorry, I lost you. Fine. Okay. I will come up with a plan to get you back in just a moment. Okay. So if you ever lose another player who's in the world with you, not a problem. We just create a block. Then you put the player on the block. Just drag them out. There they are. Skip a caveat, don't drop them again. And then, nope. Okay, there's no respawn trigger in here just yet, so that was a bit unfortunate. And a respawn trigger is something you put under the world. Something you put under the world that when a player falls out, they immediately appear above. So actually, I'm going to do that now. So to do that, I need a, just going to bring you into build mode so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so we need a trigger zone. We need a script. And we've got a teleport. You can see the spawn. The spawn is currently there, okay? Now, if I just come up here, so what I'm going to do is in here, I can open up a script that it's a window. I'll try and bring it round if I can, because I can. Okay, well, tell you what, I'll just fly you up here. So this is a script block here, which you've probably already seen. And what we'll do, if I just move back. So we've got a command palette over there. This say develop at the moment in Horizon World. There are a few users who are working with TypeScript, but unfortunately they are on the early access program that is not generally available to everyone just yet. So we've got to wait a little bit, I'm afraid. It's a shame, but there we go. So I'm going to just create a script and call it called teleport, because a teleport script is a very useful sort of first script to write. So over on the right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fly you over here. Gosh, I still can fly really slowly. So if I bring you over here, there, great. We click here and we can actually add new variables. So I'm going to do that just here. And I'm going to say, hey, new variable, and that's going to be called spawn. Oops. Doesn't really matter what you call it, but it's good to call it something relevant so you'll get confused later. So we've got a spawn there, okay? And then we'll just fly you back over here. And that could be assigned on the outside of the script then. So when the person actually respawned, we know which spawn point to send them to. So, and then what we need to do is add in an event from the event tab, which again, events can be found over there. We just simply say, if we scroll down a little bit, and you'll be able to see me doing this, unfortunately. Hi. It's under player events, and it's called when trigger is entered by player, and we just plop that in there. And then simply, we go into the movement, which is the second tab, just over that side there. And we scroll down to, I think it's player, and we say respawn player. Boop. Okay, and we respawn the player that entered the trigger over to, and then we grab our spawn variable and shove that there, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Simple. That's usually the first script that most people write. Is a script that when someone enters a trigger box, like these little green things you see here, which can be stretched and placed wherever you want. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to open up that, and I'm just going to sort of bring that down here. You may have to maneuver yourself up here to see it. Okay, and then this is the actual respawn, okay? So you can see down the bottom, we've got attached scripts. I'm going to set that to teleport, and that comes out, well, okay, well, what spawn point do you want? And for that, I need to bring up the spawn points properties, which you won't be able to see just yet, but if I drag the pill from that, it references into there. So down the bottom, you'll see it light up in just a moment. There you go, spawn point. And you can see that spawn point is pointing over to the spawn point just there. That's fine. So now if I close that and I close that, that is going to basically, anyone who falls out the map now, is going to just get teleported back in. So you got to make your triggers quite wide, especially if they're going to catch falling players, because falling players can pass through triggers if they're too skinny, because the update checks can. They're not like, I don't think they're like 60 times a second, to be honest. So if I'm just going to check that now, if I just jump back in here, so you can see I'm down here. Actually, I'll bring you back into little person mode. So you should see, oh, actually, that's a good place to be. If I run off the side, I can't take it anymore. So you can see every time I jump off the side, I just respawn back in. I know there's no base in the pool either, so if I go in here, throw the respawn, lol. Cool. Okay, so with that bit done then, let's resume. So so what I said before was I actually deleted all that pool section because basically it wasn't suitable for what I wanted it to do. So I'm just going to stretch this pool out a little bit more because we've got a bit of work to do here. Just pull this out this way and then pull that out that way. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn you around a little so you can see. I might 2 seconds. I might pull you up here, Mo. Okay, so if I just make you run off, I've moved the respawn point now, so you can actually see a bit better what I'm doing down here. So, okay. So now the Christ, is that okay? Doesn't look right, does it? Maybe. Oh no. Okay. All right. Let's stop fussing around with that. So, what I now need to do is I need to sort of get the pool a little bit like it's oh man, that's gonna be a bit of an undertaking. So just stretch it that way. So yeah, check. And I need to sort of divide and conquer here a little bit. So if I just pull that away, and you pull that away. Oh, double select. The hell? Oh no, we don't. Okay, let's pull that down there. Make sure snapping's turned on for this. Okay, and then this one needs to come about halfway down the pool, to be honest, like so. And then we need to sort of pull that over there and pull this just here. And then we pull that back there. This is where I might get rid of the opaque side of the pool. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that, you know, much as I love these. I think that might be not quite what I'm after. All right. So now I need to underlay the pool a little bit. Underlay. Oops. So I'm going to put a floor in, okay? This will help me to gauge. If I just pull this way over to here, it's going to make sure we just sort of like nest that in quite nicely. And now here's the bit where the height becomes important. So if I just jump in here, how am I looking? Yeah, that's way too shallow. And we may come back and adjust the shallowness at some point, but for now, let's just try and do this from a general guess and see if we get that. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So there's me. I'm going to just bring that down. I need to really... Hell, he did? Okay. Strange. Well, that's probably the layers. You can get quite carried away trying to Let's come in. There we go. Okay, how are we looking, guys? It's sort of about the right level, I think, the right depth. I usually like it a little bit higher, to be honest. So I'm gonna gun for that. Let's try it. Boop, and then down. There we go. Smidge. That might be too much, but we'll find it now. How are we looking? Oh, beautiful. I think that's looking all right, you know. It's looking all right. I'm not happy about being able to see the shadow underneath the water. That's I may bring back some opaqueness just to hide that, because it just doesn't feel right to have shadows, because they're not colliding right with the transparency. They look a bit sunny. Fine. Can I see that? Yeah, I can see it. There. Might be okay. Might be okay. Okay, so in Horizon World, sadly, we can't apply transparency to primitive objects. That's not a thing that it supports right now. Again, people in the early access crowd do have the ability to do this with textures. They can make anything transparent they so desire. That is not available to a standard builder, sadly. We are not in the early access scheme, but just to highlight that it is possible. It is being done, just not by us. Oh. How is that? Okay, strange. Don't mind believing that like that. What the hell? Hi, I'm gonna just lock this water because it's starting to wind me up. Sure. Group it and then lock it. Oh, did that even? Yes, I did. That locked it. So now I can actually line these up. Sometimes the snapping tool doesn't entirely lock tidy. Just foil. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to do the little steps. Okay, I'm just going to check my phone a sec and see. Okay, 20 minutes left, and I'm going to abandon this video for now, but we are... Oh, no. I'm going to try and make some headwind here. Shall we? Go. No, no. God. Let's do it. Hello. Okay, that sort of works. So, just gonna stretch these out a sec. So, okay. That seems about the right amount of steps. Let's just check I can actually navigate. Oh, what's going on with my controllers? Strange, just lost tracking a sec. So if I just, they're great. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, sorry. I need to show you that, don't I? Yeah. So you can kind of see the steps here now. I need to play with the transparency of the water. It's not quite clean. Bear me. Pulling me. Great. Phone. Yeah, I'm not sold on it. Okay, so I'm gonna at this point cut across to actual grey boxing there. So I'm just gonna move the DJ bot a little bit. Have it here out of the way. And now we're gonna go reference crazy. So this is gonna be just a really high level slapping down some details, okay? So if I pull shape out, just make sure I'm matching the same texture. Otherwise, I'm going to worry about that later. Okay, that's the great thing about sort of Greek architecture. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of Greek architecture is very similar coloured. Lovely, but pen. So now I've got that. Let's pull that out. I think that's in the right. Great. And unfortunately, there's nothing behind here telling me anything. Oh, thanks, no, okay, no, that's a mistake. So if I pull this out here and have a back piece along here, right, and just pull it in just a smidge. It's great. You don't have to worry about UV mapping in Horizon Worlds right now either, unless you're obviously working with a tri-mesh. Yeah. So okay, so I'm just gonna I need to make a sort of a column, and not an actual Greek column. This is going to be very modern, so there's no actual columns used in this. So if I just mark this here, that seems about right to be doing that here. You just dump that down here. We feel that needs to be narrow, I think. Yeah, just a smidge. Cool, let's do it. No. Pull. And then up. Then that's going to be across 2 floors, so I think that's about the right position. And the next one is going to be about here, I think. That seems about right. Yeah, I think we can pull these a little bit forward, actually. So it's fine. Lawn. Great. God, I suddenly got really warm. The sun came out quite abruptly. Let's just pull that down. So again, it's fairly high. And then we just pull that across to mid. And then we pull that way back. I get 2 hand up with this. It's they seem a bit too thick, to be honest. Need to make these thinner. Yeah, I'll do. Okay. It seems a bit better. All right, now that's short, not quite so thick again. Okay, pull it that way. Yes. Okay, here's that looking. It's looking okay, but it's possibly just a smidge too high. So if I just bring that down, and that can come down a little bit more as well. And then we take one of these. Now, how to use a little bit of imagination. Don't really see where this is going, so if you just stretch that there, pull that in just a bit to here, then you just smash that up. So, oh no, copy. Oh no. That makes sense. Okay, push that up to here, and then we pull this over to here. Okay, and a sink. That's starting to take shape, but I think this needs some sort of support at the back, I guess. Oh, the hell? Oh, yes. Who's excited for Friday, huh? Any of you lot excited for Friday? Super excited for Friday. Early. Okay. Sorry about the grunty noises I make when I build as well. I sign of concentration. It, cool. Now, I'm a little zoom up on this reference image because I'm having trouble seeing some of the phyla details. Oh, wow. Well, that's lovely. So good. That's so good. Me. Here. Oops. Um, and some. Um, now on the side we have nice big chunky wall here. May I just pull these out a little? Sure how I feel about that. Okay. Let's make him skinnier. It, do. Let's take that right up to the top. Great. And then how are we doing for time? Oh, 12 minutes to go, and then we'll end the stream, okay? Go on. Should we spin this round so you can see what I'm doing? Sorry, I just realised it's probably quite boring for you. So just come down here and try some. So these oh, they just check that's the right height. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Okay, that works. 1, 2. Well, so much for a speed build, eh? This is probably gonna take about 4 hours, I reckon. Boom. Pepsi Max. I think this is too skinny. Let's bring that in just a little. That's more like it. So if I just get rid of that, copy that, bring that across over here, then some nice connecting windows. So yeah, a lot of people when they come to Horizons, they sort of have a bit of a moan that if they've worked with 3D software before, they could do Boolean operations such as Boolean subtract to be able to punch doorways and holes into walls. These features do not exist in Horizon Worlds. They are not supported. But to be honest, once you get used to it, it's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So, kind of need one of these a sec. You know, just check something. You turn that upside down. How does that look? How does this look if I stretch it upwards? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. There's. That's quite a nice little thing. We basically use the of all things, the prison bed to create a sort of quite a nice smooth molded windowsill. And a bit of whatever. It's probably not the most efficient use of geometry, but on a small build like this, hey, why not? Lum game. Cool. Let's get rid of that song. Now, what next? What next? We need back walls, don't we? So let's grab one of these. And then strike that into chair. Pull that away. Move it down that away. Oh, come on now. Trying to find that perfect snap point. Z ripping's a problem, right? Just can never line things up. Come on. Okay, so I'll just pay a little bit of attention to how we are doing this. So that's good. We've got that level in there. Oh, hello. Okay. Hi. So a little bit lower. Okay. Wonderful. I'm going to worry about Z-Rip on the top of the building because we're not really supposed to be there technically. So now I need a front area, so I'm just going to examine the reference. And that reference is saying, hey, let's do it. So now I think it's the same top and bottom. So I'm actually going to kind of just optimize this by pulling it through up to here. And then, okay. So that's sort of equidistant. That's quite exact. Me like that. And then we're just going to pull that across to here. Pull this up to here and across to there. I'm just going to height check that because, yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, and then we're going to do exactly the same when we pull this down this way to here. I'm going to have to stop in a sec. 6 minutes. Okay. So we're going to put doors in here that open when you approach them and all that kind of good stuff. Or we might just leave them open. Depends how lazy I'm feeling. All good. So now I'm going to go back to reference diagram again. Okay, so we've got these big chunky pillars. This sounds like a pendulum song that I've never heard. Seconds. I know you guys can't hear this, but it sounds like Rob Swire, possibly pendulum. Why can I not answer that question of what's playing? Damn. It's not that song. Why is Spotify being incredibly silly? Okay, it's called Breathe by Eric Prydz featuring Rob Swire. Okay, that would be why it sounds like Rob Swire, because it is Rob Swire. Um, Now, question, do I? No. Do I bring this across to here? Let's try it, because that seems like a sound decision. Was Eric Prince the guy who did the Call on Me song years ago with the poker table stuff? You know. No. Doesn't sound like that at all. Okay, I'm just going to push this flooring in just a smidge because it's Z riffing. We don't like that. So now that that's done, I can actually pull these two columns across. Are you still with me or what? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to just shorten these down a little bit. I'm unsure how to terminate these properly. Quite like just pushing them up there. I haven't really thought about the interiors with this build. I just wanted to do it as a purely exterior build, but now I'm sort of looking at it, I'm thinking, sorry, let's get out of the way. I'm kind of thinking actually to have a small interior might be kind of cool. Because a lot of the sort of the Mykonos sort of places, like they have these outdoor sort of sitting areas, which are really nice. I think you can do a lot with that. So, let me just, okay, let's just go back to reference diagram. So, in terms of, I'm just going to pull this back piece along to here. I'm going to pull this across to here. I'm going to pull these, a copy of them over to here. That seems to make sense. Yeah. And then this wall is having a bit of fun. So I'm gonna plot him through here as well. Saves on geometry. Create a clone of this wall. I'm gonna put this into, well, here. Called Murphy's exact, to be honest. Boop. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so let's check. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now we just pull this back here to here. Great, look at that. It's a bit like a car park, doesn't it? But that's that's so good. Now we're gonna do something of a sort of a roof up top here, so it's not gonna be flat. Not up the top bit here, which actually this is dimensioned wrong. I need to just check this. This has got to come all the way back to halfway. And then we pull this back over. Here is a duplicate. Okay. And then we basically crossbar this with a big fat bar. Big fat bar. Beautiful. Okay, that's fine. And then we pick this up. Oh. Cool. And then we pull this in to here. And then we pull this over to shell. Great. And then, now, there's an optimal way to do this. I can't remember what the hell it is. I'm just going to peruse through the App Store, the Asset Store. I will come back to that actually. I've got another plan for now. So what I used to do is to pull this out, make that a lot smaller, thinner, then go pull. Okay, and we just array all the way across and we will recenter when we are done. All right, ready for this? Pull that way back to here. That's already dimensioned okay there. And then we go here. Oh, nice. Good. So it's just okay. Now, okay, so you can see we've basically slotted in the things across the top. Up there, that's quite a fun thing to do. That's the sand through. I'm just going to walk it back over to here. I'm going to do it as a bit of a cheap shot, but I'm actually going to take more of these sand lines. Just the hell? Great. Well, I'm just going to put them where the reference diagram shows them. Just here. And here. And here. Oh, why is that not playing well suddenly? Oh, yeah. Right. And then there were more. Actually, now's the right time, I think. I need to... Oh, but that just got interesting. Okay. No, that's okay. That's okay. I hadn't quite noticed that minor detail. But if we just unselect that, now I need to be very careful here. Because these things are, it can be a little bit violent if you get it wrong. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. That works. Okay. Should dip that down a bit there. Cool. Now I'm gonna do the same here because that's good for the geometry to do that. Yeah, lovely. And then the last bit, it's gonna pull up it down to there. We're actually sealing up the sides of the pool now. We're a bit more certain about the shape of it. I need to sort it the sides next to the steps as well at some point. Oh, actually, that's fairly uncommitted, isn't it? Hey, I haven't screwed that up. That's good. Great. Okay, I think that's it. So if I just come in here, I gotta spin this round. If I just have a quick look around, have I broken the pool? Oh, okay. Seems kind of legit on that side. There's a bit of a step, which I'll have to get back to, but that's fine. To be honest, I'm gonna, much as I really would love to carry on, there's one more thing I want to actually do just before I leave this, and that is to, because I know I'll forget, basically. I want to bring this, let's bring just this block out this way. I want to dock him there. I want to pull him that way. I want to pull him down that way. Okay, that's looking a bit sexy. Kids, okay, just bring that down. And just check how much the step is. I think that step's good. Because we're going to do something a little bit special just here. That's nice. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot. Oh, shows it. Hang on. Is that? Oh, no. So, let's turn that away. Oh. Yeah. Hey. Okay, now I'm going to fill that up just a little, not too much now. Just down here. Now, I will be. So look, how thin is that? Oh, it's that way, is it? Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to paint this a colour, okay? It's going to be quite a light wood grain. I'm going with that one, you know. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Okay, right, fine. Now we go yellow. Okay, and then we're just going to try painting that. That's a bit too bright, to be honest. Let's bring that back down. No, I think I kind of need this to be plastic. Okay. The texture size needs to be small as well. And the texture alignment, not too object, I don't think. Oh, let's say yes. Now, if I crumble that, tin that away, what happens? Yeah, that makes more sense. It's not strong enough to be honest. It's not what I was after. It's from this. No. Yeah. It's not really. Okay. Well, that's true. It's not nearly to really what I'm after. Let's go into painting. Well, you gotta take it up this way a sec and then just try it more that. It's something with a little the presets. Oh. Yeah. See, that's nice, but I need it more shiny. Okay. Just trying to. Oh, damn. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this one's going to be semi-complex, but I'm going to knock off the collidability on this account, and there's a reason for that. Because this is going to be a thin strut. Okay, and then what we need to do is to repeat this sort of end pieces. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing here, of course. Let me just move you over here. Right, great. Wow. So keep going. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, now for the next trick, we grab. Oh, actually, I just need one. Let me take it up. I don't know if he's the right color, to be honest, but trial and error. It is the way. I think if I flatten a little more. So if I now go this way. Okay, so we gotta go. Oh, damn. Duplicate always, okay? Oh, who am I talking to? You. Let's turn. That's actually pretty sexy. I'm enjoying that. That is good. Okay, now if I come down, oh damn, they are all actually. It's not what I intended at all. So okay. So we basically don't make every single block collidable. What we do is we turn off the collidability, so you can see my feet now sink through it, which is great. And there is that really hasn't disabled the collidability on the objects under, is it? Let's just do that again. Off. Okay, now I'm just going to edit this one block here. Set collidability on the block under it, because yeah, it works. Okay, if I just go down here, you can now see my feet are sinking through it, which is absolutely intentional. So what I now need to do is get the collidable block below it. You pull it up to the top layer. And we set the visibility to off and the reflect light to off. So now you can see I'm actually walking across this, and that's looking pretty fancy. Thank you very much. So the next thing I need to do, just before I finish up for the day, let's duplicate this. Pull this over here. Bring this to go to about here. So check, that should be sort of, yeah, that's about the right height, I think. It's Just about right. Then we're gonna take some of those bed things. The reference image used to have beds in it. I'm not sure why we need them, but let's humor that, eh? Let's humor it. So then we can have, let's take a parasol as well. So again, you're going to be using a few assets in this one. Usually I like to sort of construct if I can, but this one I'm going to just do what makes sense. As it is a relatively quick belt. So that's a fairly basic but serviceable bed frame. I'll check it. Yeah, that actually kind of works. The color tone is almost spot on as well. It's just oh, I actually prefer this color tone. Let's take that color tone. Okay. I think that works nicer. That's actually a nice color. Wow. Oh, yes, thank you, Asset Store. Okay, I'll come back and do the rest another time, but yeah, I'm happy with that coloration. That's looking a bit more So now if I stretch that out just a little, so that seems quite low. To make it a little bit bigger, make it a little bit wider. So if I just come in here, that seems about right, isn't it? And then I need a cushion, of course. So if I just take a copy of that, okay, let's just take that cushion that I saw earlier. And that cushion was originally, I think, sort of square shaped, so make it more square shaped. Get more pillow shape, and we can just puff it up just a little. Yeah, skin. And then just plot that down there. Okay, so I think that's probably good. Let's just turn it a little bit so we've got some variance. We like variance. Okay, it makes the cushion look a little bit different than just a copy paste if we just turn it and flip it. Cool. All right. And then we can quite easily take this, group it together, and use that as a base then for pushing that just there. So the reference diagram had two beds there. They seem very, very small to be beds. So let me just make them bigger. Okay. They're equally a bit bigger. Just seem proportionally, yeah, like it needs to be bigger. Let's just make it bigger. Okay, how's that now? Is that too big? Actually, no, that seems bob on. She seems bob on now. It's just duplicate across the back wall. Great, look at that. So we just pull that along here. Now, reference diagram. Reference diagram is seeing this steps here to something, which I find a little odd. Where did he, oh. It's just, oh, okay. I know. That's the problem with AI images. Sometimes they don't entirely make sense, but we can work with that. We can work with that. A little bit of imagination on top is always a good thing. So we'll just pull that wall across to just, oh, come on now. Okay. Oh, where's my controller's gone? The truth? Grand. Let's just make sure these jet a little further out. That seems good. Then we can just pick this up and spin that around. Ooh, I wouldn't just knock anyone off. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Bitch. Oh no. It's me. I didn't take that. Wasn't quite what I intended to do, but hello. Okay, so okay. Uh, okay, I think we've made some pretty good progress here today. Let me just check. Anyone in the chats? Hey, it's YG. How we doing? And very rare. Interesting. Okay. So yeah. Well, oh, you know what? I do just want to do one last thing, which is not going to take long. These. Should I just take one of these? Then. Oh, this is going to be object expensive, but bear with me. Just got to make sure I size them right. And get the spacing right, and it shouldn't be too bad. So if I just pull that away, I think that's right. So if I just pull it out that way. Tray. We just work our way across. Magique. I think that's probably right. And then we just need one or two crossbars to sort of go through it. Oh. Now. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. Cool. So yeah, we'll little party pad. I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna do the interiors. Simple is gonna be the answer. Yes. And yeah, swap battery. Great. What battery? Battery is swapped. So should be good. All right, little party pad. Nice, neat. Actually, I've just made a horrible mistake down here, I think. Oops. Ooh, party pad. We're making a party pad for the summer, guys. This is awesome. I love it. Okay. Right, I need I had to go and speak to Jenny as well, because I haven't spoken to her yet today. So I'm going to end the stream here. So thank you very much. You've all been a wonderful audience. And I'll probably resume this, I think tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow the Lotus opens up at 7, which gives me not much building time, but if I'm focused, yeah, should be good. Should be good. We've got a lot of work left to do here. A lot of work. I do want to do the beach. I want to do some islands that it looks out on. This is, yeah, I've always wanted to do a party pad, you know? And here we go. All right. Love you all. See you soon. Just going to shut down the stream now. I'll be back later. So the Lotus opens at 8 tonight. And we'll be streaming again from there, from within the bar. So we'll see you soon.